Our operatives report... Oh, by the way, the behemoth has just re-emerged. I got that, but it didn't even pause the game. Our operative report that stretching across the entire valley is a field of human hearts interconnected by thin strands of connective tissue. Is there a thing to blow this up? Yeah, okay. I'm going to try and blow it up. Okay, we can gain useful insights, so we get a little bit of research. New Jericho likes us for at least trying to blow up the giant fleshy monstrosity of human cardio organs. Anu is, as always, apparently annoyed at this. Oh, fantastic. The behemoth's over here. I'm not going to have satellite coverage out here for days. So I'm not going to be able to see what missions it's running. And Charlie aren't equipped for air-to-air combat at the moment. I need to get my air-to-air assets over there. Yeah, the gift is meant to be for air-to-air combat, so that's got to deploy, and so does the Mariner. The Mariner is meant to be trading at the moment, but it needs to get over to... It needs to get over to South America. Both our air-to-air combat craft need to get over to South America. You, as a mining aircraft, need to surrender all of your equipment to re-equip. Charlie probably could do with some urgent re-equipment. They can probably explore maybe one site and then go home to re-equip. I just don't want them to waste the time while they're there. Actually, no, we can re-equip here. We've got a functional vehicle bay. So we can fit Charlie with some weapons there. But we're not going to have... This is bloody annoying. We're not going to have radar coverage. So if he's hitting havens or whatever, we can't see them. And then we're not going to be able to see them until the ring of the scan... Oh, that's bloody annoying. Okay. Delta's almost home. We'll get the gift to offload its personnel, and then I think we have to take maybe Delta and Alpha and go get this Helios, because we need to be able to get mobilize Alpha Team with its supports in time for the ancient ruins to excavate, which is getting pretty close.
Research complete.
Mutagens can now be harvested. Fantastic.
Do you really think the answers we need as a species lie in Pandoran biology? In plundering the invaders for their mutagens? The disciples believe that not only is it misanthropy, it is also a denial of human agency.
So that balances out things a little bit, because I was getting critically low on Anu, and I'm never going to raid... I'm probably never going to raid New Jericho, so I think that keeps them in the camp of... probably a candidate. Like, these are both candidates for alliances still. Once we start destroying Pandoran facilities, things should ramp up pretty quickly. Okay, the trade boat is here. Trade. We're going to sell you food, and you're going to give us lots and lots of sweet technology. And then these Anu people over here are going to go give us food, and it's all going to go very, very well. Delta Squad, you're going to get back to base. Okay, so Charlie, Air Force, Charlie. Now, these aren't good weapons. I don't like the ramming module because it's got a range of 200, so I'm going to mount double cannon and this reinforced bulkheads. Notice this means we don't have a countermeasure module, so this is absolutely me doing air combat on the cheap. I don't have good gear. The other reason I want to go hit this Synedrion aircraft and take it is because I want to strip those missiles and lasers and, actual technology off that thing. So I have something to fight the behemoth with. So I guess I'll keep exploring sites, but yeah, not all is well. How long till I can get more recruits? 1 day. You won't trade with me? Oh, you don't like me. I must have stolen from you. Okay. I guess we'll go trade down in Southern Africa. The gift. Okay. The gift can unload its personnel. think I accidentally put someone on one of the mining aircraft there, which we don't want to condemn any of these people to. Okay, the gift is now operational, so the gift can transfer to America. So we'll have 3 armed aircraft in America. We might go up to 4 once one of our other teams transfers over there. Miner 1 is going well. Echo Squad's still repairing that APC. I'll come back when I discover something interesting. So the Pandorans have initiated a supply flight, but because I can't see the haven that they're going to, I don't think I can intercept them, which is annoying. Bravo's on its way to an exploration site. Now, there's no messing around. There's a bit of a urgent... Actually, no, sorry. Okay, so Alpha's back at the Air Force. The reason is, Alpha, I have finished Alpha teams. Air Force, Alpha. Alpha team now has hibernation pods, which means they'll finish their recuperation on the way to the combat site. This will probably be our last hostile visit to Synedrion to pick up an aircraft, or maybe the second last of this entire campaign. We visited them a whole bunch of times. We're getting to the point where we don't need to anymore. Got a 9 willpower, which obviously means this team needs to be in the best condition it possibly can. Ooh, that's a good one. Coach, you are going to be great, my friend. You're not great now, like you are not particularly promising at the moment, but you will eventually be great. To make the most of this combination, you will need to assault cross-class, and you'll need at least 8 willpower, but it will be perfect. So these guys are going to go grab this aircraft and its weapons. The gift is on its way, Marina is on its way, Miner is there, trade boat is not at its location yet, Echo Squad is now 50% repaired, Charlie is exploring. Okay, I know not everyone's a fan, and I know we've done it a couple of times, but the behemoth's back, Alpha needs to be mobile, they need backup, they need support, and right now, we just need another aircraft. Synedrion really likes us, we can afford the negative opinion, and we've got a big team ready to roll out. So, I think we're going to leave Bard at home. We're going to take Coach, because we want to level Coach up. Because they're in the same aircraft, I don't feel bad swapping over a little bit, so Coach at least has the option of a melee weapon available to him. All of Alpha will deploy, and we need to leave one other person behind. I don't think it's going to be one of the snipers. I think we're definitely taking all the snipers, so it's going to be either self-replicating or Rick. Rick, you do not have biochemist, so self-replicating is going on the mission. Let's go get ourselves some aircraft laser weapons and the chance to make Alpha the ancient site-crushing team that we need them to be. And then after this, the second half of the team is probably getting transferred to the Americas because a lot of unexplored sites, and now there's a behemoth in town. So here we are. It's a Synedrion haven. You know the drill. Let's go. Okay, Moody had identified all clear by jumping onto the roof, but it turns out there was one hiding in this building. I am sorry, friend. I genuinely am.
See you in the next life.
We will indeed.
Moving to coordinates.
And will someone make a monument to that man's bravery. Or whatever the line from the Pirates of the Caribbean film is. Someone make a note of that man's bravery. There you go.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide in this building to protect me from the bane of everyone's existence, the Synedrion snipers. Moody is then going to get us a second recon point from up here, which will hopefully reveal where they all are. We then have to cross the dead zone to get into this building. At the right time, Moody will be the one who activates the jet, as always, and we will escape into the sunset happy as Larry. Okay, so someone fired like 1 billion crossbow bolts at us from out this way, which really annoys me. Like, it's not polite. Like, I get that I'm not here under ideal circumstances, but, like, come on, guys. So they're actually upsetting my schedule. Mr. Moody needs to come back and spot them all, which he has now very kindly done. So we can Warcry them and act and reduce them to 2 action points. So that's something that we can do.
Lining up a shot.
Question is, how many of them can we eliminate?
Yes. Moving up.
This is a little bit of a diversion, but picking up 3 infiltrators... I guess the reality is you just can't leave these guys in your backline, right?
Failed to connect there.
Gonna have to dash some assaults out. Then reduce their action points, I imagine. There we go, that's 1. Balin, you can hide.
I'm prepared. Here I am.
Phaonix, come out.
Ready to engage. Hostile agent, but alive for now.
Let's show them what we can do.
Now, Thrasis. These assaults are also hypermobile and well suited for this sort of work.
Pushing on. How does that thing?
How are we going there? Almost bled out.
No time to lose.
And I think this is a good chance to demonstrate the horrendous overpoweredness that is rapid clearance. You spend 5 willpower.
Have to focus.
And then every kill you get
Sounds
refills
probably.
2 willpower. You can see the problem here. So there were 3 infiltrators in the back line. The team has now cleaned that problem up.
Moving to
Like I said, that has
coordinates.
delayed us a turn and has burnt a bunch of willpower, but we now no longer have threats in our backline. Yep, and nothing else wants to mess with us just now. Probably worth... I'm going to regroup everyone. I'm going to heal Balin, who seems to get shot all the time. Like, Balin is just doomed to be shot. This time it was by crossbows in the back, and then we'll resume our push to the aircraft. Sniper in view. I don't think we're going to hit him with any Overwatch. But he has exposed himself. So I'm pretty happy with that. Every Synedrion sniper you take off the board is one less major threat to contend with. Let's start jumping with good old Moody again. Everyone's favourite heavy. He gave good service in the first season he was present, he gives good service now. I don't think we need to spend willpower this turn. Actually, we will, just so we can Overwatch. Because more will present themselves.
Moving to coordinates.
And now let's get the assaults moving forward. That'll do. Yes, I know they're spawning reinforcements every turn, and yes, I know I'm going relatively slowly given that. But I don't want to outrun... I don't want the squad to outpace Moody's up-high scouting.
Moving in quick.
But look, we'll bring all of our snipers up. The Berserker will be ready to storm the building with the assaults. We're going to stack up on this corner, and we'll be able to storm the building as a cohesive unit.
Already there.
Vincenar watches that flank. Coach, you're there, and self-replicating can
Sprinting.
just wedge in here and be part of this stack up that will storm that building. Oh great, the reinforcement was a speeder. I mean, I'm not particularly concerned about that. I'm more like, that's a lot of ammo I need to spend to kill that thing. Let's keep moving forward. Okay, so I did my move to hide inside.
What's the plan?
But first, let's get the timer started.
I'm going in.
Coach is probably in the best position to do this, rather than Moody. Moody's confirmed there's nothing that we can immediately see. So we'll start the timer. And now it's a question of, can we kill the bloody Aspida? Or rather, what is the most efficient way to kill the Aspida? I suspect it is using Mark for Death, and then picking a spot on that vehicle
Ready to engage.
to disable and thus strip all the armor off. So that thruster is a good example. So we do 110. How much damage? The thruster has exactly 110 left. So by stripping almost all of Nero's willpower, what we have now done is created a target with a point on its protection which is 0 armor, and where every hit against it will have 10 added. So what you really want at this point,
I'll keep going.
ironically, because it's not what you would think of as an anti-tank weapon. Oh, please tell me I didn't give away my shot. Oh, jeez, that's so bad.
Ready.
Okay, it's gonna have to be
No
Vincent
time to
up.
lose.
Who is just a little bit hilariously OP. Anyway, you get that sort of result,
Still on target.
where you do 450 damage. Anyway, let's kill it. And now let's overwatch the reinforcement points. I've just sort of bunkered up in this building. And I'm going to hold out basically as long as I need to.
Area covered.
Holding position.
And we'll see where they appear from. Okay, long distance to the far left. That's some very long distance shooting. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Our snipers should be able to take care of that. Is that the only target? If so,
That's our move.
we're only going to be engaging
Ready to
targets,
engage.
what, 1 or 2 at a time? We should be good from here.
Come get some.
Phaonix, care to attempt the shots?
Acquiring target.
No, apparently not. Nero, you can, however. Thank you. So, that guy is now much less of a threat, and Phaonix is not under any pressure, which means he can just overwatch. He'll get a shot,
I'm
he may
on
not hit it, or he may. We'll bring Valen inside. Overwatch. Thrasus can keep watching. I think I've got it at this point. Okay. They just spawned one at a time, so as you can see by the evidence there, it was not much of a fight from that point. I did leave the one that we injured, who'd lost his arm. I did let him retreat off the map because he was no longer a threat. The others, unfortunately, did pass away. Athrasis is now level 7, which means we have 5 level 7s on Alpha Squad. But that mission really wasn't about the experience. It leaves a empty feeling in my chest raiding another human faction. Luckily, that pract we've gotten here, we couldn't have been here without it, and it's been for a good cause. So, for losing 6 opinion, we get a poison crossbow, which I don't want, a grenade, which I don't need, 3 magazines, which I will use, a rifle, both of these I will absolutely issue, more infiltrator gear, a stun pistol, which I really need. This is good. We need stunning equipment because we're about to go start capturing, and of course, we picked up the Helios. So, at this point, Helios 12. with this fancy gear. Your gear probably gets stripped off, I imagine, and will go on one of our combat aircraft. But for the moment, you're Alpha 2. What is this? 200 additional hull points and counters bioweapons. Okay. An Artemis 1 laser gun, range 1850, range 1200. This is the sort of stuff I want. Ideally, I'd have lasers on everything. Speaking of that, if I'm going to have Alpha Team running around, I'm going to need a second set of hibernation pods. So Alpha 2 heads back to base. Alpha flies with it. And Delta flies to the Americas. Where can it stop along? It can stop at Phoenix Charlie along the way, and that's where it will get its air combat equipment. The Gift will stop at Phoenix Echo to get its air combat equipment. So what's going to happen is the Gift, as a dedicated air combat platform, is going to get our best air combat gear, and then the hovercraft, the Heliuses with teams on them that are operating in America, they're going to get the secondary gear, basically. Materials, we desperately want materials. Oh, you don't have any materials to trade, do you? No, you have tech to trade. Who has materials to trade? No one, really. I've cleaned you guys out and you haven't regenerated yet. That is unfortunate. Alright, well, I'm going to send the trade boat out this way, but we're doing the little cluster here. Alpha Team is going to be formed up this way. Maybe we don't need hibernation pods if we just deploy the speeder initially, but I do eventually, and by eventually I mean pretty soon, make Alpha Team probably just an 8-person squad. We've seen promise in the 3 extras that have been deploying. I'd like to see more of them, so they may attach to Alpha Squad and we'll go 8. Bringing the speeder in the meantime, probably a good approach. So that's what we'll do. Alright, we found some materials, and you know what that means? It means I'm going to start our second and last. No other team in the game needs hibernation pods, but Alpha and Alpha 2, just to keep them independent and operating as fast as possible, they need it. So, Bravo Squad, well done. How about you duck out to the Australia in order to scan that? Alpha Squad and Alpha 2 are on their way to the Living Crystal Quarry, which is another ancient site, which, one, we want to be able to mine there pretty damn soon. It'll be our first mining location. And second, I want the 1,000 materials I get for clearing it. And let's promote Thrasis so he has rapid clearance, and he's getting pretty close to his multi-class as well. So Thrasis, if you're watching, if you have input on what multi-class you want, please let me know. There's some good candidates here. Would be Berserker is always good. Infiltrator, Assaults are fairly good, like point scouts. They infiltrate, they stay quiet. You've got really good perception and you're a close quarter specialist, so you can stealth in, use a shotgun, that kind of thing. So that's one option. There's some weird combos you could do, like once we have advanced mutation tech, you could go priest, because we currently have no priests in our lineup. It's a major weakness. I'm keeping an eye out, but I just haven't seen Anu Havens offering priests for recruitment. So it's a big gap in our roster. Heavies, priests, technicians, we're short on all of it, basically. Anything specialized plus heavies, we're short on. Vera is now a much better sniper. And Sakari. Let's just get Sakari's speed up to scratch, but making good progress. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, just explore the site. Unsold juice packets. Materials plus 400. This is an old Phoenix base. Materials 400, tech 40, food 80. Great, we are back in the game to the point where another Phoenix activation or some actual manual troop recruitment is on the cards. In particular, if I can pick up anywhere I see a new Jericho Heavy, like there, I'd be tempted, even at 605 materials. Where's the trade boat? there's the trade boat. Right nearby, so he can go and do that if we can pick up the materials, which we will as soon as these guys run that site. Echo is almost ready to deploy again. Okay, Delta Squad is in situ. Where's the gift? The gift is almost in situ. Okay, Delta, you can go down there. This redeployment, this re-strategic focus out towards the Americas is going well. We still need to close this satellite gap, which is still 3 days away from closing. But hey, at least we're at the 19th, and soon we're going to be at the 20th. We're moving entire days some of these episodes now. That one clears in 8 hours. Okay, so after the trade boat recruits this soldier, trade boat has to go back to base because we need to get the mining crews out to these locations. Yep. Oh, gee, okay. Infestation flight, that's where they go take over a haven, right? But I can't see the haven, so I can't do shit about this. I'm going to make myself feel better by taking our first mining site. And just before I forget, Miner 2. Let's go to Phoenix Point. So we need to send one of these 3 soldiers, either a biochemist sniper, a bombardier sniper, or a healer, thief, self-defense specialist. You know what? I'm going to keep the assault in this case. I think that I haven't named these guys because they're probably going to be mining, but I'm sorry. It is the worst fate that can befall a Phoenix operative. Worse even than death. Your equipment will be yielded for a greater cause. I am sorry. Oh, and we've repaired an energy generator somewhere, so I should check where that is. But, for the meantime, let's go. So, we want to deploy all of Alpha Squad, all of Alpha 2. Gives us a good cluster of snipers again. For fighting Ancients, let's not chance it with the independent rifles. We have a lot of them, but let's not chance it. We'll keep an extra med pack in reserve, but you might want that. Like I said, people hitting ancient sites get priority. Let's go. Okay, here we are at the ancient crystal site. We've already got eyes on their Cyclops, the crystalline Cyclops. All of them are different in a sense. So, apply stun to ally melee attacks, for example, is his buff instead of that orichalcum shielding. But the basic concept that he's an incredibly heavily armoured, powerful, highly mobile unit with a laser death beam in his head that can kill troops probably in a single hit, that remains the same. I'm going to scout. I'm going to see if I can eliminate his little buddies, a couple of them, before we line up an execution platform against him. The problem with this guy is because he's so high up, getting a firing line on him is going to be really difficult. I really wish I had those grenade launchers. Okay, so you might recognize this formation. It is the sniper firing line. And it turns out I can just see this guy from the other side of the map. So if I wake him up, he should actually become easier to shoot at.
Ready to rock.
Because he's a large-ass target.
Let's blast him. Just
Damn it, the trees are eating some of the rounds here.
Eyes peeled.
That hurt, didn't it?
But I expect we should be able to tickle the guy to death. And just to be extra careful,
Here comes the Phoenix.
we can still sort of take covered positions between shots. Or at the very least get out of the way. There we are, Borg's got cover there. And Moody, I'm sorry, but you're pretty bloody useless. You're basically, you can defend us if someone comes up that we don't expect. Vincenar, yeah, maybe? Impressive. Nothing wrong with stripping some armor. So now let's see what happens. He'll wake up some of his friends and probably come for us, but I'm pretty happy with this position that we've got. That's a lot of activations. Okay, that's a lot of activations. I think,
I'm ready.
for the avoidance of doubt and rapidity of success, we will mark him for death. Just to help the process along
Lining
this
up
turn.
a shot.
Because all of a sudden Vincinar finds himself doing quite reasonable damage with a volley of laser.
No mercy.
So it's 173 damage from
Moving
a
out.
non-sniper.
Ready to engage.
Balin, if you would be so keen as ideally to remove that laser beam. Nope, miss. Thrasis can come out.
Ready to rock.
Volley for almost as much damage as the sniper, thanks to the, again, the mark for death. Borg, I'll get you to make 2 shots. We haven't chunked down half its health yet, but we are getting there. This does mean all the little ones will be moving in our direction, albeit slowly. That miss is unfortunate. I should have aimed that better.
Ready to roll.
And by aimed that better, I mean me, the player, should have aimed that shot better.
Right on target.
100 damage with a new Jericho assault rifle at that distance. It's a beautiful thing, and it tells you just how large these targets are. Nero shoots it in the eye, and then hides.
Moving to coordinates.
Vera. Ouch.
Waste of ammo.
Yes, it is a waste of ammo when you miss. Funny that. Let's see. Every turn I expect to be swarmed, but we have a really good defensive position here. And if I can eliminate this guy before they close on me, then I'm going to feel better about engaging the little ones. This was, I'm really lucky in terms of the terrain that I've got an equally elevated position. Because if I had to go up onto his plateau, this would have been unpleasant. Also going to have to keep in mind that I may actually run into ammunition issues with the laser rifles if I'm not careful.
Here. Preparing to fire.
Can't wait. Here comes the Phoenix.
Out you go.
I'm ready.
Out you go. Almost there.
Lining up a shot.
That's a good chunk of damage.
Here comes the Phoenix.
Got you.
I was
Got you indeed.
I'll be right there.
I think we've got him next turn. And he's not confident in any of his shots back. If he can even see us. He may not be able to perceive us. That's the other option. He may be alerted because we shot at him, but actually have no clue where we are. Which would also explain why we're not being swarmed by the defenders. So they'll all be patrolling in their center area. We're going to go sweep and clear, but first I am going to shoot this guy to death.
Aiming.
Torso disabled.
Moving.
Nero has spare ammunition.
Steel on target.
Ready to roll.
And let's get something like an assault rifle to finish it off.
Sights.
Done. Amazing. Okay, now we go find the little ones. Okay, so 3 of them have now become visible. I've put myself in this sort of formation here. The snipers are in heavily covered positions where they can trade fire moderately safely with these guys, but also draw them out, which is what we're about to demonstrate, which is the other mechanism for killing these guys. You can draw them out. No, you can't, because these guys are still on the high ground. So what you're meant to do is get in close, nuke these guys, and then get out. Instead, we're just going to have to settle for doing that, and then going back and hiding from whence we came. But we might do that in a second. Oh, the rapid clearance could be strong here. Under the right circumstances. Now is not the right circumstances. What I would need is the ability to get up on that high ground in one more dash. Okay, I think if I use all 3 of my assaults here, so if Mr. Bolsilli now pulls back, this isn't quite going to work. It might. There's just going to have to be some musical chairs happening. The consultant heads back into cover.
Ready to rock.
Atrasis clears a little bit of that armor. Vincenar will get a kill there. So if I spend some willpower... I end up with more willpower, which I can use to put myself in a sneaky position, which I'm hoping they won't capitalize on. Something like that, or this. Even this would be good. But I'm going to gamble. I don't think they're going to go for it if they have targets in their firing line. Now, Barlin, you probably get 1 shot and then you have to move because you're the most exposed, and you're probably too exposed. The targets for these guys, for snipers, by the way, are the drills and the crests. That's 1 target down. We've killed 1 up there. There are 4 visible. I reckon...
I'm ready.
With the right timing on these 2 guys... Yeah, and I'm going to go here. With the right maneuvering on these guys, I reckon I can chain and clean up that entire upward section up there next turn. Now, Borg only has a shot if he steps out, which is a great sign. I don't expect much from him, but he can try. Like I said, didn't expect much from you, but you can try.
What's our move? Target missed.
Close.
I'm here.
Close.
On it.
You can see what I'm doing with Moody. All about getting them to turn their backs. And I'm going to hide Stalin, because that cover's too low to provide real protection. I don't think I need to overwatch there, but I will.
Lining up a shot.
This is a really bad shot. Could step up here, shoot and step down, but I think instead what we're going to do... Oh no, we have nowhere near the overwatch length. Her perception just might not be there.
Eyes peeled.
So we may as well try.
Waste of ammo.
And now we'll drop down into a safe position in there. We can always climb up again next turn if required. Alright, so now's the bit where we just get nervous and hope that they don't hit us with incredibly low probability shots. Or that the boulders break. That's the other thing that might go wrong. Yes, come forward. Moody would like to rendezvous with your rear end with a tear cannon. Ha, he can't decide which way to deploy his shields. Yeah, that'll do. I don't think that's where you want to be, mate. Ah, they're being smart. I think I'm about to get a melee attack here. Oh, it's an arm disable. Shit. Anything other than an arm disable. I was happy to tank a melee attack because then I could clear them all, but now I can't. Fuck. Pardon the French. That does make life just a little bit harder. Well, that wasn't going to work. The problem is now I don't have 2 shotguns. I don't have the weapons necessary to do the damage to put targets down. So this one's going to require some thinking. Let's start with the obvious. Moody can kill this one. So there we are. That's one taken care of. Can we panic the guys? I think we... Maybe.
Do we have a plan?
Maybe. I don't know if we have a plan yet, Vincent. We should, given the circumstances. A plan seems like it would be a good thing to have, but it's going to rely entirely on me being able to kill one more of these things.
I'm ready.
Which I think I can do.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm going to be able to do this. Give me a sec. Which means, Nero, what's your
Preparing to
shot
fire.
like? Yes, okay. Well, we're not going to take... Well, we're going to take chances, but not as many chances. We're going to do this with
Ready
quick
to
aim.
engage.
Okay, so if that doesn't work, what are my options? There's no way around this.
Pushing on.
The chain's going to have to start here. How
Identifying
close can I get
target.
with a shotgun? Very, very close.
What are we doing?
Are you also too... Okay. If this all goes wrong, I might be able to bash my way to making that a kill.
Set.
I might be able to do it. Or I might be able to get Sakari with just a little bit of assault rifle tickling to make that a kill. So I think we're going to have options here. But we won't need to take chances if...
Kill confirmed.
Nero does what Nero does best. Okay, so you guys are all now 0 willpower. So,
Ready. Sort of.
my backup plan, I forgot. My backup plan is now actually going to have to be my primary plan. So I think Sakari comes out. I think we have to commit, basically, because if Sakari comes out, there's no going back. Where did we hit? Put a round into the torso. I'm not sure that's going to be good enough. I'll use rapid clear. I'll run around here with Vincent. I will beat him with the medkit for whatever damage I can manage. There we are, 20 damage.
Repositioning. Hope this works.
Thrasis can come here. Take this. 220.
I've got to focus.
That is a beautiful thing.
Identifying target.
I'm a little bit distressed by the lack of appearance of panic signal symbols. But it is what it is.
Already there.
If I got this wrong, and despite having willpower scores you cannot
I'm
panic
on
these guys,
Overwatch.
then I am in trouble, but you know, shit happens and then you die. Vincent, it's been nice knowing you. They panicked, they just didn't have... Either they panicked...
All set.
I'm going to assume that means they panicked, they just didn't have panic symbols. That's basically the only explanation for what I just saw. So we'll heal. We will probably rapid clear again.
I just need the right
Take this
angle.
kill for free.
I've got to focus.
And we can't get up there, can we? No, because he's standing at the top. But we can shoot from here. Okay. I'll go with that. That's something. That's a tickle. Now let's start respecting our opponent. Let's hide, hide, hide.
I'm ready.
Borg. Is anyone in Overwatch distance? Nope. So shooting it is.
Just a bit off.
I wouldn't say just a bit off. That was fairly off. Stalin, are you in Overwatch range? Not quite either.
Aiming. Target missed.
The shot. Oh, jeez, and start. Okay, I'm really glad there's one of them left because I'm making some
Let's
dumb
rock.
mistakes here. I've got too many guys exposed, so I think I'm just basically
Ready to
accepting he's
engage.
going to land an attack on someone or something this turn.
Target hit.
Unless Nero just managed to save the day.
I just need the right angle.
Nero, that's all you. You covered for my mistake there. So there we go. Whew. Ancient site cleared. Most of our people get 8 skill points. The Alpha 2 does get a level up for Borg. And in a moment, we'll get the real reward. Crystal Quarry, under control. I'm not sure if this will trigger a cutscene, it might. 1,000 minerals.
The ancients valued their refining facilities far more than their cities. The materials they produced undoubtedly were the basis of all their technology, but I think they had a more urgent reason to have the refineries protected. Living crystals. For generations, humanity had attempted to create a perfect power source. The ancients succeeded in that, and more.
And they still
New
lost.
Jericho believed the samples I uncovered to be some ancient battery. From what we found, I'm certain they were wrong. Analyses remain inconclusive, but we know that the living crystals are indeed a source of power, and potentially a destructive power. Experiments have shown that prolonged exposure is capable of killing the Pandora virus and mutated cells, as well as entire Pandoran organisms. Human cells don't start showing signs until hours later.
Well, isn't that convenient?
Decades won't be enough to uncover their secrets. For now, I'm certain of 2 things. The ancients were biologically different from humans, and they had defeated the Pandorans before.
Good on them.
One question remains, though. Where does humanity stand in all this?
Good question. This is now Synedrion's pissed. From a philosophical standpoint, I'm really annoyed that even if you're allied with someone, they have a problem with this, but you know, it is what it is. We have 6 hours until this protein mutane site is cleared, is available to be cleared, rather. That's the refinery, and then after that we need to get something to the field. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the squad here. They can just mine here until the transport carrying the actual mining crew arrives. And of course the now that we've done this, the trade boat can go drop. Actually, no. What it can do is it can go straight to the mutane field, meet everyone there, and then they can pick up the heavy and fly it home. It's less efficient in terms of like flying hours for everyone else and getting the heavy trained, but it's more important in my mind to make sure that we're mining as soon as possible. So you can see the little circle's going to spin now. Every circle cycle, we're going to collect some resources. Charlie, how about you go start working in South America, Charlie? Actually, no, here's good. Bravo, you're on your way. Alpha, you're waiting. Okay, so we got our first 4 crystal. So we have 5 living crystal now. We're researching the antediluvian proto-civilization. What we're really going to want to research pretty soon is this thing. Shard gun. That'd be good, but I want the shard gun as soon as we're going to have the resources to run it. But I suspect this is going to be a good place to leave it. We've got Alpha Team now running with 8 people. We're mining our first resources. We're about to uncover 2 more sites, particularly the gas sites, which we'll want. We've got our first mining crew inbound. Our second mining crew is going to be heading out that way. Third mining crew is on standby over here. Although that mining crew will need to pick up a recruit. We'll recruit someone to PHB2 when recruits become available later today on the 20th, which is all good. Echo Squad's almost ready to deploy again. We're in a good place. We've got multiple aircraft now operating in America. We've scrambled the Manticores. We're getting better gear on them. But without satellite coverage, if you're a haven in this area right now, there's not much I can do to help you. I'm sorry. But we're looking good. 31 soldiers on the roster. We need to capture some Pandorans. We didn't fight any Pandorans this episode. And next episode, we're probably going to fight no humans, but we will fight a mixture of ancients as we clear the mutane refinery and the mutane field, which are going to uncover soon. And then what else covers over here? Orichalcum mine clears. So we've got a lot of sites that Alpha Team can start clearing. And it's time to shoot some Pandorans out of the air and capture their kin. So thank you all for joining me. I'll see you next time.